On this video after close of trade, Monday the 17th of June 2013. Hope you had a good day's trading. Look, the first thing I want to say is I think there's a pretty good video up on the site at the moment. It's called International Capital Flows and Central Bank Intervention. I did this over the weekend. Well, actually Monday morning is when I recorded the video, Sydney time. Didn't get out onto the site until late on Sunday evening, Chicago time. And since everybody most of the subscribers to Emini-Watch get notification of updates by email, you're going to be getting that email kind of Monday evening along with a notification of this video. I think it's worth going back and looking at that. I know it's quite long, it's about 22 minutes long, and I wish I'd got it out on the weekend because people have more time on the weekend to look at things, kind of a longer piece of analysis like that. But it's just my thoughts on what I think is going on, kind of big picture, particularly because we've got FOMC coming up this week, and we're just at the whims of the central banks. So kind of understanding that picture is really important, and frankly my mind's been clouded as to what's happening with US bonds and US dollar over the last 5 weeks, and I've got a little bit of clarity from this. Anyway, so just pushing that video, hopefully you'll go and see that. Okay, Monday, what do we do today? Well, big picture, we put in this pullback support level after we bounced off 1600 last week. We had 1.4 million contracts traded today. Remember, because I'm using the continuous contract, this shows kind of a poor picture of volume. On the Thursday rollover day, it was about 1.9 million contracts traded on that day. We're kind of backing off in terms of volume here, but what's important for me is we've got in this pullback sign, support level kind of come in. So that's the line in the sand. 1600 is a really, really important level, and we're going to try to make pullback to end of trend. A break back down through pullback would show weakness in the market, and we'll get to see how close we get to the previous high with this kind of sequence pullback to end of trend. We're making that same kind of pattern on a whole bunch of the when you go to the indices charts. Unsurprisingly, the futures chart kind of mimics the indices, and all the indices tend to roll pretty much together. But here's what's important. This time we've got this pullback level in, and we've got our exhaustion patterns on left shoulders, bearish divergence, and so on. All these blue professional bars at the highs. So let's see how strong this pullback to end of trend. It's called a pullback to end of trend sequence because the market's trying to make end of trend, and so it gets a little bit sometimes can get a little volatile, kind of up here, and just deciding what to do. So because we got this on left shoulders, this is the Dow chart, this is the S&P 500 chart. We've had exhaustion buying, bearish divergence on that left shoulder kind of coming up. NASDAQ, we're going to signal a little bit late in terms of the crossover here, but the same kind of things kind of going on. Here it's signaled a little bit differently in terms of flush patterns up there. And Russell, the support level's in, but remember we don't have volume data on Russell. So just to note that it is pullback to end of trend. It's going to be choppy. I think it's good day trading opportunities. Today was I think it was about 17 points of range, which is great, decent. So it's like there's plenty of opportunity to get on board little trend moves. Just to recap on the oscillators as well, trend oscillator's been just digging into positions here. We're kind of accumulating positions. So this thing has been trying to find a little bit of a low. I think we're slightly ahead in terms of the net of where the entry points were. Let's see, this thing is just at 21. It's not overbought. It's looking fairly weak. Let's see what it does. It's a little bit of a doji type pattern today. In terms of long-term patterns, I think this is the best chart to show you in terms of what I think is going on. So 13,500. I usually show you the 40,500 tip bar chart, the very highest time frame. But this is kind of one down. Remember, Thursday was rollover day, so it looks really kind of weird. In terms of the levels it went to, it's kind of accurate, but the amount of trade that went through on Thursday on this forward contract is light, and so that's why that kind of series of bars looks a little bit odd. But look, here's what I want to show you on this chart. Rambo to Rambo channels. Rambo, 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 just showing you the highs and lows, highs and lows. So the amateurs expecting kind of breakouts in either direction, to new highs, to new lows, and so on. We had the professionals kind of come in on Friday, pick up after we'd had this big kind of rally. They picked it up at the end of the day, or it's Friday. Who knows? Because we bounced from there, that's showing somewhat kind of acquisition at those lows. There was certainly activity down at these lows. There's a lot of kind of getting out at the end of the week, type activity. So, but we did bounce from there with today's activity. And what we're doing, I think, is just kind of trying to find where we're going. Interesting that we had these kind of blue professional bars kind of come in mid-range during today's trade. We got this support behind us at the moment. We've not had our exhaustion buying to end this off, so potentially we've found some support here, here and here, and we might kind of blast through 1640, but we got FOMC. So FOMC is always a little bit odd to trade, kind of periods of intense activity and no activity at all. So you have to kind of pick your times to trade. But let's see what the market's just waiting for that, and this kind of Rambo to Rambo channel is just showing me that in terms of consolidation. We don't know which way to go. The pros they've shown us a little bit of support here. Because they're taking out mid-range. If we start breaking above a resistance level, it'll take us into another trend move. So let's kind of wait and see. And then with today's activity, so this is what I mean on Friday's activity. We had blue professional bars on the 40,000 tip bar chart, blue professional bars at the lows here, and then overnight on the Sunday evening when we opened up, we kind of raced away and we continued that move. This move is not over to pull back to end of trend, and remember I'm always waiting for exhaustion patterns on 1500 tip bar chart, and those happened into that. We were trying to find that high around here. We had exhaustion buying here at a Rambo pattern, but no blue professional bars at the high here. It wasn't until we had this one up here where you can see we break to new highs, run some stops, have the blue professional bars kind of come in. Bearish divergence comes in right there. So we put in all the good things. We put in our pullback to end of trend, exhaustion and bearish divergence, blue professional bars. So that's the trifecta, and then we fall off. Little test back up, and then bang, down again. And then the low, nicely marked again, pull back to end of trend, blue professional bars kind of come in. We've had our exhaustion buying, bearish divergence right on the zero line, so waiting for a deeper dig. There it is, kind of coming back here. We kind of test into this cyclical support, that holds, we're back up again. So nice little kind of signals on the better indicators. I was in the first thing because we'd kind of raced away, found support here, was looking at a pullback to end of trend, needed. Before this reversed, the market reversed, you need to see kind of exhaustion buying, blue professional bars at the highs. We hadn't seen that, so we were likely to see that, as a continuation of this uptrend. So I just jumped in straight away, 32.50, just after the market kind of opened up. We had a little bit of a bars or two weakness on the 500 tip bar chart that held, and then we broke to new highs. So jumped on board, 32.50 out at 36.50. And I think it was kind of into this sequence I think it was around here, 36.50, where I was out. I suppose early because you wait for pro signal exit, but it was done in less than 15 minutes, so that's a good day's trading. I'll tag on that day trade, but as I said, you're going to get 2 emails in the inbox if you get Emini-Watch by email, and I'd be interested in feedback on this one, the international capital flows. I think I've got the story right. There are some very smart people out there who I'm fortunate to have as subscribers, and if I've got something wrong in this video or you want to add some insight, please let me know. Hope your trading's going well. Along 32.50, along 32.50, checking the stops and targets, and reason for going long. Bit of a rally since the open on Sunday evening, come back to pull back, not had exhaustion buying. Friday's activity we kind of just sold off a little bit, after a big rally on the Thursday. So we found support. Okay, a whole bunch of blue professional bars coming in now. So we've jumped the creek here on the 500 tip bar chart, hopefully into another trend move. We've got blue professional bars here, 7,000, fairly big reading. We've got resistance here, but maybe we'll get an exhaustion reading on the 1500 before it decides if it's going to continue that direction or reverse. So just along 32.50. Continuing to break up, we're at 35s. We've got 6, we had a 7,000 reading, 6,000 at the moment. Blue professional bar. Still on an uptrend, we've got to go pull back to end of trend. So I'm just looking for 6.5. We've got housing market 9 o'clock, it's ways off. Okay, we're coming through the 35s. No exhaustion yet. That was the Thursday's rally
and then we topped out and we kind of came back a bit. It looks a little odd because that was the new June contract. We were just settling back on Friday into blue professional bars, kind of coming down to that kind of breakout type level. So come on, okay, exhaustion buying here on 35s. Not putting a end of trend yet here. 5.5. More blue professional bars up here. 6,000. So we've had end of trend go off on 1500. A little bit of a tick down. That was an Emini down bar there. So still at 5.5. Come on, just a little bit of a rush back up. Still not had that exhaustion pattern yet on 1500. So looking for just a breakaway, runaway move. Here we go, we're up at 6s, another blue professional bar kind of come in here. Well, we just come off 36s, I know that end of trend one off, maybe you should have thought about trying to squeeze out at 5.5s, but it's Emini down bars, still got to make pullback to end of trend. We haven't had an exhaustion pattern on 1500, so coming back up again. This will kick in and hopefully that'll give us a little bit of a cycle up, move back up. We're coming back up, just need to see another little bit of a exhaustion move. Hopefully if we get through 6s it'll just cause a little bit of a blip. If we run a few stops, something like that. It's kind of weak. Okay, another push down into 34s, kind of Emini up bar here, Emini down bar, kind of this way, bouncing back up. So weak. Let's just see if we can try to get through 5s, otherwise I'll just dump it. So just checking out, 6.5 target, excellent. Good, so that was a little just test back down, Emini down bars, and then as soon as we kind of came through 35s, just raced away. It's gone into the 7s, so that's fine. 7,000 exhaustion pattern here. Good, one shot, one kill, 8:45 AM. Excellent. So don't know where it's going today, but I'm done.